Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will make a quick video about what my horse eats and how it helps her body basically to grow stronger as well as gain muscle and also stay as shiny as she is. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am glad that you are back, and today I am talking about a controversial subject, which is the alimentation or the feeding of my horse. So I will put right here some pictures of Hazel when I first got her, and she was first of all conformationally challenge, so she does have like a little bit of an issue with her conformation, as most of you have noticed or know already that she is a little bit bum high, which creates a little bit of a sway back. And in order to kind of help her top line to be built properly and also help her grow properly, I had to do a little bit of modification to her feed. So knowing that she is an off-the-track thoroughbred, there is definitely a few concerns to consider when you're actually adopting one of these horses. So most of you know that the horses at the racetrack are raised at a really young age, and that might affect the alignment of their body, their bone structure, and a little bit of everything, their muscle development. So that might create a little bit of challenges over time, and also the way that they will age. So definitely one of my first concerns when I actually had her is, first of all, she was really underweight. So it was for her to gain weight. And the thing with thoroughbred is they actually, some of them are really easy kind of horse to keep, building and keep them like properly like round in the proper shape, but some are a little bit harder to stay in shape basically. So what would happen with Hazel was I got her really skinny, so we started increasing slowly her feed intake. So we started with increasing a little bit of her hay, and then eventually we added some pellets. So we added the senior pellets from Purina, as well as the fat and fiber one. That would basically help to kind of give her a little bit more bulk and keep her weight the way it was. So it was a very slow transition. So it took after a year of basically feeding her a little bit more, like increasing her food intake. She had gained weight, but she was still really skinny. You could still see her ribs. So that's when I decided to add something new to her diet. So initially what I did is I added some flaxseed oil, which is going to be an increase in calories. So therefore it's going to help them like kind of become a little more fat, put a little bit more fat on our bones. And also it has omega-3s, I believe, and it really helps for inflammation and joint and all of that. So I was like, okay, let's just try flaxseed oil, and it did work. Like it does kind of help it did help my horse to kind of gain weight a little bit, as well as with her joint. Like I noticed that she was doing really good in the winter with it. The only thing with the flaxseed oil is it actually made her hot. So by making a horse hot, this just means that they have a lot of increased energy, and sometimes it's just a little bit more unpredictable when it comes to like rideability. It's a little bit harder for the rider to basically be able to stay in control of their horses because their temper is really energetic. So that happened with Hazel the first time I introduced flaxseed oil. So after, I would say, a month, I saw like a good progression. After a month, that's where I saw that like she started being a little bit off, like mentally, that she was literally like very excitable and irritable too. So if, let's say, I was to brush her a little bit too long for her comfort, then she would throw a fit. And it was just a little bit random like that. So I did not really like particularly the fact that she was emotionally not stable. Like I said, it really is hard to manage for an owner or for even anybody that would handle the horse, to have a horse that's always hot and always ready to bolt, buck, rear, or whatever is not really the great thing. So I then changed her alimentation. So I changed her oil source to get something a little bit different. So I started adding some vegetable oil, which kind of did the same thing as the flaxseed oil. Like it was pretty good overall. It did improve like her like fat intake, so she was gaining weight actually at a good rate with it. But during the winter it would actually freeze quite easily. So it would just transform itself into a jelly, and it was really, really hard for the staff to kind of be able to feed her with that kind of jelly texture of the oil. So eventually I changed over province, and what it did is basically it helped a great deal when it came to gaining, like helping Hazel gain weight, just because here in Ontario it's very, very green and the grass is very lush. So the first summer that she was here, she was basically almost just fed on grass, and she still had like her feed, which was the same Purina Senior as well as Purina Fat and Fiber. And that really helped like boost her body. Like basically we were able to basically cover her ribs. She was able to keep her weight a little bit easier. We did not have to put her as much feed, so we decreased her feed. So that was really, really good. But the thing with grass is that it's only available in the spring to summer. And then in the winter, it's a little harder. So we went back to not square one, but I saw that she was not keeping her weight. So as I was changing barn and changing environment, we basically came up with a different formula when it came to her basically body fitness. So we started giving her more feed in the winter, like more feed. And I changed the oil source once again. So I'll show you what she is on currently. So it's called Caramelle oil here. This is just one of the brands. There's multiple. This one is the one that's the most like readily available to me. And what this oil does, it has like a good balance of omega-3, 6, and 9, as well as a vitamin E. So what it does for Hazel is, first, it gives her more calorie intake. So it helps her to gain the weight and keep the weight. And it also improves her skin with the vitamin E. And the omega-3, 6, and 9 are really, really good for top line development, muscle development, as well as like skin health overall. So that's the reason why I changed the oil for this one, just because it's a bit more balanced when it comes to the omegas. So there's some oil, I think some of the oil are more like into omega-3s, and some are more into omega-6, and the difference between the omegas will basically bring different elements when it comes to muscle building as well as inflammation reduction, right? So the omega-3s help really relieve like the soreness, the inflammation in the joints, so that's really good. But omega-6 and 9 are really good for helping the muscle development, so you want to make sure that you have at least all of them. So the thing with flaxseed oil is it's only into one of the vitamin, like one of the omegas. And the same with vegetable oil, it's not fully balanced. So this one is almost like a 30% ratio of all the omegas, 3, 6, and 9. So that really helps for that. So right now I'm not giving her actually that much. I think she gets about 10 to 15 milliliters of this oil a day. So this thing, I only need to buy like basically 2 of these a year. So it's not that much. And how much is that's almost 4 liters. So I only need to buy 2 of those. So that's just for the added, like I said, the added nutrients, but also the added fat. So that will help her to keep her weight. So right now she's just at like a maintenance ration. She doesn't need like more than that, honestly. She's really, really good on that. The other thing that I modified in her diet, so I added chia seeds, and I started that a little bit earlier when I saw she had like struggling to gain the weight and also to help her top line. So I done like extensive research about how to help your horse with, that's like a little bit challenge with their conformation, as well as how to help them keep their weight and to build muscle. So what I came up with is chia seeds. So this is how I started here. So I bought this at Winners actually. It's 1 kilogram, so I think it's about 2 pounds of it. So I started adding some chia seeds to her food, and what it did for us, it basically really helped into the muscle development and muscle building. So what happens when I actually fed her with this is that it was really easy for me to basically put some muscle on her and keep them there. So instead of having, let's say, of just building muscle, and then let's say 1 week you can't make it to the barn and then she loses muscle mass, like this really helped to keep the muscle mass intact. So that's why I really like this product, and it also really helped us to kind of keep that top line as well. So it's really great to do exercises for the top line, but it's also even better if you can keep the muscle there. And that was one of the issues that was basically having with Hazel's feet at some point, is I was actually feeding her. She was gaining weight, and then I was working out with her, so she was gaining a little bit of muscle. But then as soon as you stop, let's say for, you know, if you're not attending the barn as regularly the next week, you would definitely like see a difference. And so as Hazel was really like in a poor state, we could not afford for her to lose weight and lose muscle mass. So that's where this came handy. But there's actually like a ton of benefits of feeding this. So if you want to learn more, I honestly like really encourage you to go online and just do your own research on chia seeds. That's the reason why I personally got Hazel on the chia seeds, but basically it really helps with a little bit of everything. So this will help for skin, it will help with the hooves because it has keratin, it has a high protein content, so that helps for muscle building. It has antioxidants as well, so that's always good for like cell regeneration when it comes to like building muscle, or just, you know, cleaning out the body out of all the bad basically stuff that could be staying in their bodies. It also helps with like water retention as well. So I don't know if you like chia seeds pudding, but basically when you put a chia seed into water, it just develops like some kind of a gooey texture around the seed. And it basically retains moisture that way. So it's really good to help your horses with like, you know, staying hydrated and keeping their moisture level really good. It's also good for intestinal transit. So if your horse has any issues with ulcers, if it has issues with colics, this is something that might be able to help them. So like I said, there's a lot of perks about this specific seed, and that's why I'm feeding it to my horse. And for us, it really works. It really depends on the horse, the genetic, the condition, the age. Like there's lots of factors that influences a horse when it comes to feed. This is just like what worked for us, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. But this is the best thing for helping to keep the muscle mass. I haven't found any really other product that is natural, organic, and also helps to keep the muscle mass. So I will stay with this, and she'll probably eat chia seeds till the end of her days. Honestly, this is something that really helped us into transforming her body into like a healthy horse. So really like chia seeds. And then the last few products are new, so that's something that I'm going to be adding to her feed this winter. So I will just show you, just one moment. So my last one here, this is the brand, so it's called Mad Barn. It says Crazy Good Nutrition, but it's the first time that I'll be using it with Hazel. So the product that I got from them, it's pretty heavy. So the product that I got from them, it's called Visceral Plus, and it is recommended in case of ulcers. So the reason why I'm feeding Hazel this one is because I think that she still has some like intestinal transit problems that could be helped with this. I'm not sure if she has, and also like it's nothing confirmed, but I could see that she started to be a little bit acting a little bit different, and I think that she might be bothered with something in her tummy. So I know that she's already like on a deworming schedule, and all of that has been taken care of. Her teeth have floated, everything's good, but I noticed that she has some discomfort, so I want to try to give her this and see what happens. So this is about a 60 days, 2 months portion here, and that's what's recommended to treating ulcers. I know that she had ulcers in the past, and it is very, very frequent and common into racehorses to have ulcers. And so while we're like, you know, into the low season, it's winter coming up, I decided that it would be the right time to basically get her the supplement. And as soon as this will be done, I will basically be giving her a little bit more probiotics and some of the general gut health, the product that this particular brand offers. So this brand is really big on to like for sure ulcers, but also like gut health in general and prevention. So that really helps to like treat ulcers, help with colics and all that stuff. So like I said, I'm not like sponsored by this brand. I'm just trying it right now. I do not know the result yet, but I will keep you posted as to know if it helped my horse in our case. I really hope it does. And then I would be more than inclined to give Hazel probiotics, because I understand that definitely the health of a horse starts from within. So what they eat is what they are, basically. So you really want to feed your horse like quality feed, if you know, as much as you can, as well as supplements if needed. Not all horses need supplement, but some of them do. But yeah, I'm just thinking this is gonna really help us. And I know they have some nice formula for probiotics, prebiotics. And they have like, I think, a general formula for like gut health in general. So I think we'll be transitioning after this into the next one. So I have opened this little box just to see what it looks like and what kind of like smell and stuff that it has inside. So I'll just show you here by taking a scoop of it. So the first thing you notice as soon as you open the package, it smells like mint, like peppermint, which I think is gonna really be good for Hazel. Like, she loves mint, so hopefully she's gonna like it. And it is into like a little bit of a like pellet form. That's what she already has in her feed. Like her I believe her fat and fiber is this texture. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Hopefully she likes it. The only thing the website says is like they can't guarantee that your horse is gonna love it. So I'm really hoping that she's gonna be able to eat them and hopefully get the treatment that she needs for hopefully her ulcers. I'm pretty sure she has some at this point, honestly. I know she had some in the past. And so I'm really hoping that this is gonna help us on the long run. So I'll keep you posted on that. And that was their basically it was their Boxing Day, sorry, the Black Friday special. And then it came with something else, which I'll show you right here. So it came with the probiotics. So it's just like a little kind of a sample format. You do not need a lot of it to in order to help your horse. So I will be also trying this little sample here after she's done on the visceral treatment, and I'll let you know how it goes. So these are probiotic, so they help to basically the digestion and the flora, like the intestinal flora of your horse. So what tends to happen with the feed and also with the hay, so sometimes it just creates like a pH imbalance, and that's how the ulcers are born. You can also have like a stress-induced ulcers as well, which kind of alters the pH. So basically like an ulcer is a little bit like a hole into their stomach lining. So and it just kind of creates a little bit of an inflammation response to it. So the best way to deal with that is just to feed them either medication, or I'll try the visceral here and try to basically reverse the situation, like kind of balance the pH level and help the flora to stay healthy. So once that's done, I'll try this one, and then I might change eventually, but I'll let you know if I ever opt for something different afterwards. Once the cure is over. So this is the next product here. So as I said, just like a little takeaway from like what I've explained to you today, like I'm not like an equine specialist, a nutritionist or anything whatsoever. I'm just a very concerned owner, and I had a horse that was in a very, very poor shape. And so I did my own kind of research, my own take from things, and that's how I came up with Hazel's like feed regimen, which is something that really worked great for us. Like, she is in great shape right now. You won't see her ribs whatsoever. She looks good. She's not overweight. She's not underweight. She's like at the perfect weight. So that, and then the muscle as well, like the muscle formation and all of that is really, really important for me. I want to make sure that Hazel has like good muscle tone, that she stay toned as well. Like you don't want from week to week to see your horse like going from a super muscular horse to like a really skinny, scraggly horse, right? So you want them to keep their muscle if they can and build on that and build a proper muscle. And so far, she's a really, really good horse. She's really, she has the right level of energy. She's not like overly energetic, and she's not the opposite. Like she's not like, you know, very lazy and not, you know, not want to work or whatever. She's just in between, but I see like her stomach is a little bit upsetting her right now, and that's what I changed for her feed. So as I said, it does vary from horse to horse depending on the age, the breed, what you're actually feeding them. Would it be grass, hay, alfalfa? Like there's so many different combination of things, but it's always good to either refer to a professional if you have any question. There is like equine nutritionists out there that will be more than happy to help you. I know that your vet can help you, a bar manager if you are inclined to ask them for advice. There's all kinds of help out there for your horse and your situation. It's just really it takes a little bit to kind of figure out what works for you, and that's basically what works for us. So if you have a horse that's a little bit like challenge on their conformation, I think Chia Seed is not gonna basically be an issue if you want to add it to your feed. And it really depends, right? Like I said, so this is our story and our feeding story and how I actually came up with the different products that I have shown you today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, that it was useful for you guys, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.